The company was set up in 2014. We got the license from FSC in 2015, and then we were recognized by Bank of Mauritius as an external credit assessment institution. We are the first credit rating agency of Mauritius, and in terms of the achievement, what we can say that our biggest achievement is that educating the people, educating the island, the various stakeholders of the capital market about the importance of credit rating for issuance of bond, and also working with various stakeholders in the development of the bond market of Mauritius. So one is the education that we have been able to give. Second is definitely the development. So when we talk about the education, we interacted not only with the regulators, we discussed with the issuers, we discussed with the investors, with the bankers, with the stock exchange, with different players, just to explain them why rating is important, and over the period that has been accepted. Second thing, what has happened is that the bond market today, which was almost nil in 2016, is almost 140 billion, the rated and listed, which is 25% of the total borrowing of the domestic market, which is, I don't think, forget about Africa, it's not even there in many of the advanced jurisdiction also. When we talk about other countries, India and other countries, or maybe it's there in Europe and US, the bond market is active. But the kind of vibrant bond market we have seen, it's not there in Africa, and even 25% of the borrowing through the bond market, it's not even present in India. There are participation of the retail sectors in the bonds. So this is what we take as our biggest achievement. And then educating means the people have started, the investors have started asking for credit rating even before the ratings are released. So I remember in 2016 when we rated the first bond, the bond was done. Then we were approached for the rating, and then the rating rationale was done, which is not an ideal scenario, but we took it with a pinch of salt, that it's the way that how the market is evolving. But then today, when the bond are done, at least we need the rating rationale to be out 14 days even before the bond is being put up to the investors. This education we feel is the most important part. Linking the pricing of the bond with the government bonds, and then determining a premium to be paid over and above based on the rating, is what we feel has been established today. And that is where we feel we have been able to achieve the goal. Other than that, what we can say today, we have rated around 70 corporates in Mauritius, starting with the Mauritian Commercial Bank, started with Bank One, ABC, Sim Finance, CCOM, Swan, MUA, so all these people, and then conglomerates like CL, ENL. So all these Karimjis, Omnicane, so all these conglomerates, when they are going for the bond issue, they want to go with the rating. It's not because the issuers are looking for it, but the investors are also looking for it. So that is the difference which we have created in the bond market, and that we feel is our achievement today. The African Credit Rating Agency, which was conceived by African Union and which has been endorsed to be set up on a private self-sustaining basis, APRM has been asked to work into it and set it up. So they need a technical institution who can provide them carriage. Not only in Mauritius, we have a history of 30 years of doing ratings in India. So with our 30 years experience of India, we have the right methodology, we have the experience to deal with ratings. And our rating methodologies are time tested, and they have seen the various economic cycles in terms of the infrastructure development. Similarly, we in India, from 90s to today, we have seen a lot of infrastructure development, and we have been associated in rating a lot of them. Two classic example can be, one is the road infrastructure development. We have rated most of the road projects in India. Similarly, the renewable sector projects, we have rated a lot of renewable sector projects in India. We have the experience that how the rating has moved and how things have moved, what exactly to look into. So we can, with these kind of experiences, we can definitely help in providing the rating methodologies, which is the crux of a rating agency. We can provide with the rating committees, with the trainings to the analysts. We will be first of all providing with the technical knowledge, We will have an understanding. We will sign. Now that the MOU is signed, the next step will be to sign a technical agreement where we will be providing our methodologies and our sovereign rating methodology and all. And the next step will be, if the African Credit Rating Agency wants a financial support, we will be able to provide that financial support also in terms of taking an equity stake in the company. Now, it is up to the African APRM or the other shareholders to decide when we come that what kind of shareholding we are looking for. We will cross the bridge when we come to that. As of now, what we are very clear that we want that rating agency to be set up in Mauritius. So whatever support is required from our side to get the institution running, setting up in Mauritius, we will provide that. To provide the technical support to identify the people who will be working even from Africa, we will be working on that. And the next part of this Africa Credit Rating Agency, there is two purposes. One is to do sovereign ratings, which we already in India, we have developed a sovereign rating methodology. We are already getting the feedbacks from that, and we are getting feedbacks from the economists or from the employees of certain institutions who have already worked with the big three. From the World Bank, from the IMF, so these are the people who are giving us the feedback on our methodology. And the next step will be connecting with those institutions. We are already working with these institutions. For example, AFDB is already a shareholder in our company in Care Ratings Africa. So one point is doing the sovereign rating. Second point, that we have got associated with the stakeholders of the capital market of Mauritius to develop a local bond market. Same thing we want to do for other geographies in Africa. Develop a local bond market where the local people can raise funding at a cheaper cost from the local ecosystem. So obviously, these are the two ethos which will be there for this African Credit Rating Agency. So one, we will be for the sovereign rating, which already we have developed the methodology. Second is the local rating methodology, which we have championed for the last 30 years, and it is tested in Mauritius. So I think this is one of the one support. Second support is on the financial part, that we will cross it when we arrive at the bridge.